What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, The Black Senju, and I am back with another review. Now, look, we got some exciting heat. 5K toys always showing out. I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry that these videos are coming out late. I do have them done, but they're just not. I haven't got the time to just release them. But I will release this one probably today or later this night. But this guy, I have to do it because we just got him, and it's utterly amazing. It's a lot of stuff I'm going to talk about: details, articulation, the comparisons, and things that they fix compared to the first Ichigo. And with that being said, let's get to the video. All right, dudes, I am super excited about this one. As you can see, the details on this guy is utterly fantastic. Let me turn my light down so you guys can see more of the details of this guy. Probably around there. But let's just look at him. Oh, looks so good. Now, I do have a few gripes with this figure. We're going to get into that about the articulation, but I do have a lot of pros about this figure. Probably like minor two cons, but other than that, a lot of pros. This guy looks fantastic. The clothes fit. The top torso is a little bit too baggy. That's about it. But other than that, it looks really good. The pants, they fit in the. Ooh, whoa. Whoops, my bad. Camera almost failed there. Let me see if we can zoom in. The pants, the material that they use is so good. I don't know what this material. I really wish this like flaps in the wind. So if you got some wind blowing, there you go. The face, just man, they nailed Ichigo to the T. And I do have the other Ichigo that they released. We'll show them off in a second. But man, like, I don't know what's up under here. You know, it looks so good, man. Just super good. And they already hinted that we're gonna get a Aizen, but I'm really hoping that we get a Kenpachi, because I really love Kenpachi. That's one of my favorite Bleach characters, and I'm just hoping we can get something related to them. Him having his hair out and then him having the braids up as a head sculpt. Man, that would be so dope. Let us know, Design, if we can get that beautiful figure. But man, enough talk about the articulation. I mean, not articulation, but the details. But let's get into the articulation. Let me pose them up right quick. Okay, so off the bat, by the way, the sword does not come with him like this. I put it in there. Articulation-wise, his head can look this far up. His head cannot look down, but it's gonna look down. Now, this is one of my other problems. His head is super loose, and I don't know, might not look at it to y'all, nah, it wants to act right, but other than, sometimes it gets really wobbly. But right now it's good. He can't look down so far, so that's a bummer. I don't know if his neck joint works, but I'm not getting nothing out of there. So this is how it looks up under there. Yeah, I can't get no motion out of the neck. Maybe it's just mine, maybe I should just heat it up, but I haven't heated it up yet, so yeah. Now, with the arms, he can go out this far. It can crunch about a full double jointed elbow, so they go full 90. And then he also has a beautiful butterfly joint in there. As you can see, he can pull back this far, and then he can pull forward about that far. So that's a huge bonus, because the first release did not have butterfly joints, and that was a huge miss. I'm glad that they listened to the followers and let them give us the butterfly joint that's needed. Really dope. Torso can move about. Let me take the katana out. I really want this in there. We'll get to the katana in a second. Gotta fix his pants. One thing about clothed figures, you always gotta fix something. So the torso can move about this far up, which is not that good. He can move about that far back. I don't know if that's the top torso. Okay, so there's two joints. So right here, it's a top adamant joint right there that gives you that motion, and then there's a lower one that gives you this motion. So you're gonna get about that far looking forward, right? Still not the best, but it works. It's efficient. His wrist, ball joints right here for the wrist. Those will look really good. Uh, Legs can come out about that far because you got the clothing on, so you don't want to rip his clothing. Knees, he can kick about that far forward. He can bend about that far. So you get the full 90. So you get the full use of his legs, which is really, really good. And I like that. And then I'm so glad that they fixed this issue right here that I'm about to come up. Be careful though, it is super stiff on my figure. The thighs, super stiff right there. But it should be good. I don't know if I'm ripping the jeans. I hope I'm not ripping the pants. But he looks good. Now, this is what I'm so glad that they fixed. So with the shoes, right? He couldn't, the first figure, which I'm gonna show in a second, it could not do these things right here. It couldn't do this on both sides, and it couldn't bend back that well. But now with this one, you can finally do that, and it looks really good. So that's a huge bonus because that really drawn out his articulation, and it was so hard to stand him up properly. So now that you got the fixed ankle joints, it works. So now this is the first release Ichigo, and they still nailed the face. Like I said, Ichigo all the way out. Let's put a sword down right quick. And so, like I said, with this problem, he didn't have. Oh my God! Wait a minute. No, he didn't. No, this is just a ball. This is just a ball joint. It's not a butterfly. Ball joint. So yeah, his foot. See, I'm trying to turn it, but you don't get it the other way. You get it this way, but you can't get it the other way. So that really limited him, like having a proper stand on his legs. So it'll do one way, but not the other way. So you can do it like that, but can't go out. So that was a huge negative on their point. Yeah. So, I just felt like it needed those type of things. Really dope. Really dope figure though. Both of them are super dope. I love this Ichigo figure. I think it's really phenomenal, and I can't wait for the Aizen, and I definitely can't wait for any more figures coming out from this line. In general, I think it's super amazing. So, with that being said, let's get into the accessories and then also the size comparisons. All right, so now with Ichigo's accessories, he does come with a fair amount, and we're going to talk about every single one of them and compare them to the first one to the second one. So what we're going to talk about is his sword. So you get one sheathed sword, which comes with the half piece. I'll show you right there how that looks. I think it looks really good. I feel like they could have used some like little loose plastic to make this, but I'm fine with how that looks. Do this on camera. So that looks really good. You get a sheathed sword, but you also gotta have his sword out because of what he does. And I think the sword looks phenomenal. Look at the sheen on that. Look at that. They actually nailed the design of this sword. I wish they would have did that on both sides. I kind of don't like that, how it's just nothing right here. I feel like it should have been on both sides. So it looks really good though. So I'm not complaining, right? So that's his swords. Now he comes with a ton and tons of faces. I'm gonna show you some of his base head sculpts that he comes with, which is just that face, and then he has this face right here, and that's definitely Ichigo, like a laughing Ichigo, like taunting. I love it, right? And we're gonna get into why these faces look like that just in a second. But here is his hollow face right here. I love the little smile right there. I think that they nailed that to the T. Yep. And then you also have a smiling Ichigo face, hollow Ichigo face. I think that looks really dope. And then you got the stern face, like, I'm not about to play with you no more. I'm done with this fight, right? And then also that comes with all those faces. The reason why they got the hole right there is for the half hollification face. And just to show you how it looks, just pegs in right here on that little hole, and then boom, that's how it looks. I'll try to show some pictures at the end of how it looks when you got it in there, or how it looks on photos, but it looks really good. I like the way that is. And they also hook you up with a full hollow mask. And I like the hollow mask, but I think I like this one better. As you can see, the art on both of these masks are totally different. And I like the thicker lines on the first hollow mask. I feel like if they should have made it to where you can put this mask on, you could probably use some sticky tack, but this is not, the other Ichigo is not my figure, so I'm not gonna do that, right? So, but this looks really good. I like this one. Then, in order to have these masks on, you gotta have these hair pieces. So this one's for the full hollow mask, and this one is for the half hollow mask. As you can see, it cuts off. It looks different from this face, so you can see them haircuts are definitely not in there. Really cool, looks really dope. And you gotta have, you can't be a Bleach protagonist without a way to hold your sword. So you got 2 hands to hold sword, your whole item holding hands. You got some, I think, like hollow mask holding hands, or like, you know, grabbing the sword holding hands, right? And then you got some relaxed hands. And I think they all look really good. I think they really nailed it on this figure. I love it. I love it all. And just to show you what the sword compared to the other sword looks like, right? So here is this sword, and then here's this sword. I'm having some problems focusing because I just don't know what to do because of the sheen off the sword. But yeah, I love this. I love this sword. Let's do it this way so you can see. Yeah, super dope, right? And that's pretty much all his accessories. I honestly love what they came with, what he comes with accessories. Just gotta, I feel like it could have did a better job with the hollow mask. That's my only gripe with that. And then like the head being loose, that's also one of my cons. Other than that, and I feel like the top part of the clothes is a little bit too big on the figure. They should have had it a little bit tighter, and I wouldn't have mind. But I guess to give it some room so you have room to like pose and play with, right? Really dope, really dope. So with that being said, let's get into the comparison and cap off on the video. All right, so let's do the size comparison. I got the Ajin demi-human right here. And I like how tall he is next to Ichigo. I think that's a fair amount of height between the two. Angle this up a little bit. Then I have Sora. I got the review coming out tonight for sure. And then I also got a Storm collectible, not Scorpion, but Skeleton. This to show you the different varieties of characters that you can do. And I think they all fit well. With Sora being a kid, it looks really good. The demi-human character being so tall and lanky looks like a hollow, and you can use the skeleton as a hollow as well. He doesn't want to stand because he's been in the box for a while, so there you go. Okay, and then we're also going to show you size comparison between the first Ichigo figure and the now Ichigo figure. If I can get him to stand, so bear with me on here. So that's how he looks next to Ichigo. Same height. I love it. We've also got Yuji Itadori, just in case you wanted to do something with Yuji Itadori and Ichigo. That's there. And we also got Jugo right here. And I think they all look good. If you want to do some fights with Jugo and Ichigo, you can definitely do that. And I think it looks really good if you want to do that, right? Also got to have our main protagonist. Got to have some Goku in there. Show you where that stands. He is definitely taller than Goku, so you could definitely finagle it with the pictures, but like if you wanted to have them stand next to each other, you definitely want to see a height difference between the figures, right? So that's all that. And then we can also do, how about, just because I have a Storm collectible Scorpion, like I said, because I was looking at him, so I set him. So definitely Scorpion is definitely taller than Ichigo, which I am hugely surprised. But he is taller than Ichigo, right? And then we also gonna have, oh, just because I want to, probably gonna take some pictures with these guys too. I got my Kit Bash Trunks right here, and he's definitely shorter than Ichigo. He looks like a little kid compared to him. And just to cap it off, we have Kid Buu. So like I said, this figure is really cool, man. Thank you 5K Toys for sending this. I feel like this is the dopest Ichigo figure you got. I just can't wait for more because we don't have Bleach figures. So this is really dope to get a chance to have this guy in your collection. If you really want this figure, I highly recommend going to 5K Toys. Link will be in the description below, and grab this guy. He is really a dope figure. I feel like a lot to come with this company from with D-San. Man, keep it up, honestly, because we don't have nothing like this. We just now releasing the new Naruto figures, and having these guys on top of that, we will have the dream figures that we always wanted. Man, so freaking dope. I'm definitely gonna take some pictures. That's what I'm gonna cap off. Leave some music to this, and until next time, peace.
I guess I'll just wait till you get home.